Hello, my dear friend. So, today we are going to have a new topic which is in front of you. You can read the heading, very interesting heading. Manage the relations like a pro. What is a pro? He is the expert. Like an expert, you are going to solve all the questions that come on relations. This topic is blood relations in reasoning. So, reasoning, this is one of the topics where you will get a lot of confusion, and sometimes, even though you are very clear about the answer, but still there will be some doubt inside you. So, what we are going to do today is we are going to understand the relationships very clearly. Okay, second thing, we are going to build the relationship chart so crisp and clear that you will be able to solve the questions 100% accurately and within very less time. You will be able to, if you use this method, you will be able to reduce your time by half at least. So first let us understand the relations. So I am taking those relationships which are normally asked in the bank examination, but these are the relationship that will appear. There will be nothing else than this. These are the only relationships which the English culture actually recognizes. If we come to Indian context, the Indians have lot of different types of relationships other than this. Maybe at least twice the number of relationships are there. And also at the same time, if you go different places in India, what will happen is the same relationship or the same name will be there for different relationships as well. So if you are coming from different parts of the country, will appreciate what I am saying. There is no fixed relationship in India. There are some, but every language, every place will have some different names for the relationship, and for the same name there can be different relationships as well. But in English, it is very clear, and we are going to deal in English. If at all you get confused and you are not able to find out, I will give you some clue where you will be able to understand them properly. So where we will start? We will start with myself. Myself means you or me. Okay. So whatever is your gender, on that basis, I'm going to cover both of them. I'm going to touch upon both of them, but you have to understand. Okay. So we'll start. See, in any what we are going to see is, from myself, we are going to see two generations up, the first generation and second generation, and two generation down, the first generation and the second generation. So two generations up and two generations down, this is where the questions will come. More than this, the questions have never appeared in the examination, so you need not have to worry. And there are no, like, there may be great grandmother, great grandfather, and all those things are there, but those are not appearing the examination, so we will not touch upon it. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go on understanding each stage, and I'm not covering in this slide, I'm not covering the in-law relationship. We will discuss in-law relationship after we finish the blood relationship. What is the difference? The difference is blood relation happens in only one family. You are the part of that family, and everything is within the family. So this is blood relationship where there is the family is same. Okay. So now when we discuss about this, then we'll go to the in-law relationship, which will be different. Okay. So let us start with our generation. Okay. So this is our generation. So in our generation, what will come? There can be a brother or sister. There can be a brother or sister. I'm going to come to cousin. Cousin will also come in our same generation. So we are talking about same generation as we are. So brother and sister in blood relationship, brother and sister will come in our same generation, and cousin will come. Brother and sister are also called as siblings. So when I say sibling, you will not be able to understand whether it is a male gender or a female gender. Sibling can be female or male. Is that clear? Okay. Now in our generation, who will come? Brother and sister, right? And then cousin. Cousin will come from, it will not be directly coming in our generation, it will come from above, one generation above he or she will come. So now next we will go one generation up, that is our mother and father. So these are our direct relationships, like brother and sister. These are direct relationships, mother and father. In one generation up, there are two more relationships, that is uncle and aunt. Okay, so who are these uncle and aunt? The brother of father or the brother of mother, both are uncle. What? The brother of my father or brother of my mother is uncle. Here I have given directly, but you have to understand. I have put one more mark here. Okay. So uncle is not only related from father side, he is also related from mother side. So it can be from mother side or father side, both side. Your mother's or father's brother is your uncle. Okay, your father brother is also uncle, your mother's brother is also uncle. Is that clear? So uncle is from both sides, paternal side, maternal side. What is paternal and maternal now? So maternal means whatever comes from mother side. Now for your father, mother has come from outside family. For you, she is your mother, but for your father, she has come from outside family. So the relationship from mother side will be different. So those all relationships are called as maternal relationship, and from father side, whatever comes, we'll call it as paternal relationship. Is that clear? That is paternal relationship. So one generation above we are here, and then you can see here aunt is also there. Aunt is the sister of your mother, or sister of your father as well. So like your uncle, aunt is from both the sides, maternal aunt and paternal aunt. So both. Likewise, uncle is also paternal uncle and maternal uncle. So your mother's sister is also aunt, and your father's sister is also aunt. Your aunt is your mother's sister or your father's sister. Is that clear? From here does the cousin come. Cousin is who? Cousin is son or daughter of whom? Your aunt or uncle. Cousin. Now you see, in our Indian context, there are several relationships. There are several relationships in cousin alone. But in English culture, there is only one cousin. Cousin can be a female or a male. There is nothing called cousin brother or cousin sister. This you have to keep in your mind. It's only cousin. There is no cousin sister, cousin brother. Who is this? Cousin is the son or daughter of uncle or aunt. So your cousin may be son or daughter of your mother's sister, or your mother's brother, or your father's sister, or your father's brother. Is that clear? So he will come from here. So your mother side, a cousin can come from mother side or he can come from father side as well. But cousin is in your own generation. This you keep in your mind. This is where we get confused. Okay, cousin and niece and nephew we get confused. So keep it in your mind. Cousin is your same generation, your own generation. There is no difference. Okay, so cousin comes from your mother or father or their sister or brother. Is that clear? Son of, daughter of your aunt or uncle. Okay, so this is over. First generation is over. Let us go to the second generation. Second generation, again you will see here. You will see your grandmother and grandfather can come from both the sides. From your mother side or your father side. Your mother side or your father side. So paternal grandmother or paternal grandfather is from your father side. Your father's mother and father. Your father's mother and father. And your maternal grandmother is, please note down all these things. If you are not getting, please pause everything, you note down whatever I am saying. If you do not know aunt, write it that she is the sister of my mother or father. Likewise, paternal means from father's side, maternal means mother's side. So your maternal grandfather is your mother's father. Is that clear? And again, same thing, grand aunt or grand uncle can be again from maternal side or from paternal side. These are, who are these grand aunt or grand uncle? They are your grandmother's or grandfather's brother and sister. What is it? It's your grand aunt is your mother's or father's or mother's sister. Means your grandmother's or grandfather's sister is your grand aunt. And grand uncle is your grandfather or grandmother's brother. Okay, note it down. Is that clear? So grandmother and father can be paternal or maternal. Grand uncle and aunt can be paternal or maternal. Okay, so let us now go to the down generation. Let us now go to the down generation. Okay, so here we are. So again we'll start with myself. Can you see here this design? Okay, myself. Now, okay, so it is clear. Now we are going one generation down. One generation down. Whoa, who can be? There can be um, son or daughter. You can have a son or a daughter. Most of you will not have now. Okay, your son or daughter are your children or child is not neuter gender. Okay, okay, it is neuter gender, so there is no gender for, like cousin. Child is neuter gender, so it can be son or it can be daughter. It is your child. And who is this niece and nephew? Niece is the daughter, it is a female. Okay, so niece is a female of your brother or sister. Your brother or sister's daughter is your niece. Is that clear? So niece will come one generation down. Niece will come one generation down. Same way nephew will also come one generation down. He can be what? Son of your brother or sister. Nephew is nephew or nephew. The pronunciation slightly changes. So the son of brother or sister is your nephew. So niece and nephew will come one generation down. Okay, one generation down. Okay. Now then comes what? Then comes your grandchildren. Grandchildren. So grandchildren are who? Your sons or daughters. Son or daughter. Okay, that is very very clear. So sons or daughters, daughter is granddaughter. Sons or daughters, son is your grandson. I think it is clear. Okay, your grandson and granddaughter is very very clear. Okay, so this whole thing you have to go back and then you have to uh, take the screenshot and keep it. Very very important chart you have to keep. Okay, now I'm going to, anyways, to make it very very clear. If you're done with everything, there is no explanation remaining. Every relation that will come in your examination has been explained in this chart. It is only blood relation. I'm not going into in-law relation. Next we'll go into in-law relation, right? So I'll remove all the pen marks here so that you can take what, one screenshot, so that you will get the correct chart for blood relation. Okay, so this is clean one. We can take the screenshot now, and we are going into the next very interesting relationship, that is in-law relationship. So are you ready for in-law relations? Not in your life, but for learning. Okay, so this is your chart for in-law relations. Okay, so let us start the in-law relations, and here also we'll start with what? We'll start with myself. And here the question comes, what gender you are. Okay, on the basis of gender, the relationship will differ. So if I am a male now, so I will have a wife. Okay, I will marry and then I will have a wife. Okay, if you are a girl, then you will marry and you will get a husband. Okay, these are the same generation. So our generation, wife, my wife, or it can be my husband, which is also called as spouse. Spouse means it can be wife or husband, both. Okay, it depends on the person who is speaking. If he is male, then his spouse is wife, so she has to be female. As of now, there can be changes which are going on in several parts of the world, but as of now, we can marry, a man can marry a woman only. Okay, so therefore my spouse has to be the other gender. Is that clear? Now what is this sister-in-law? Sister-in-law is first one, my wife's sister. Okay, my wife's sister is sister-in-law. Or there can be one more, my brother's wife. My brother's wife. One is my wife's sister. Okay, and second one is my brother's wife. Okay, second, if you are a female, then it is husband's sister is also your sister-in-law. If you are a female, your husband's sister is also sister-in-law, and your brother's wife is also sister-in-law. It is two ways. Okay, it is two ways. So if your wife has a sister, then she is your sister-in-law. Your husband has a sister, then you are her sister-in-law and she is your sister-in-law. Are you getting my point? If you are a female, then your husband's sister is your sister-in-law, and for her you are also sister-in-law. That should make clear, I think. Okay. Now we'll go to brother-in-law. Brother-in-law can be what? If I am male, then my wife's brother. My wife's brother is brother-in-law. This is first thing. So in this case, what will happen? My wife's brother is brother-in-law to me, and I am his brother-in-law. I am his brother-in-law. So my sister's husband is also brother-in-law. My sister's husband. Okay, my sister's husband. My wife's brother is brother-in-law. My sister's husband is brother-in-law. And if you are a female, then your husband's brother is your brother-in-law. Your husband's brother is your brother-in-law, and you are his sister-in-law. Clear? It should be clear, I think. Now all the relationship you can see here. My wife's brother is brother-in-law. Okay, and my sister's husband is brother-in-law, and if you are a female, my husband's brother is brother-in-law. Three ways. Here also three ways. If I am a male, my wife's sister is brother-in-law. Sorry, sister-in-law. My wife's sister is sister-in-law, and my brother's wife is also sister-in-law. Okay. So likewise, there are three relationships. Okay. And then if I'm a wife, if I'm a female, then it will be my husband's sister is also sister-in-law. So that should be clear. So there are three ways. 1, 2, and this one is 3. Here also 1, 2, and 3. Okay, fine. Now next we will go whatever, it is very simple. My wife's mother is my mother-in-law, or my wife's father is my father-in-law. Or if you are a female, then it will be vice versa. Your husband's father is your father-in-law, and your husband's mother is your mother-in-law. Why this is in-law coming here? Why they cannot have something else? We do not have in-law kind of word, any even synonym of in-law in Indian society, because of one reason, my dear friend. This is may be irrelevant, but it is relevant if you want to understand, because some things you need to understand. In Indian context, okay, marriage is divine. Marriage is divine. So it is like for janam janam ka saath hai, janma janmantarada sambandha, if you know Kannada. So it is for not only this life, next life and next life and seven lives, I think. So this is a divine, so this cannot be broken. So therefore it is very very difficult. This has been done by God. They believe that the marriage bond has been created by God, so it cannot be broken. Whereas in Western society, where this English has come from, and whose relationship we are now discussing, in Western world, marriage is a contract. Marriage is a contract. So they have to, like any other contract, like business contracts, like partnership contract, you have to sign a contract. And because this contract is governed by a law, so therefore they call my mother-in-law. How does she become my mother? Because according to law I married a woman, so she becomes my mother-in-law. Okay, how sister-in-law? Because I married according to law, and her sister is my sister-in-law. So therefore in-law is coming because of this. So they have a law. Now we have a law as well, but we do not call them in-law even now. Again, it is very very divine thing. Marriage is a bond which is divine thing. Okay, that is why in-law is coming. So next, where is my pen now? Okay, fine. Now what will come? One generation down. There cannot be two generation up here. There is only one generation down. Okay. If my wife's father-in-law's father, then he is not grandfather-in-law. Nothing like that is there. Okay. So one generation down also only one. Who is daughter-in-law? Daughter-in-law is my son's wife. My son's wife is daughter-in-law. Again, this is because my son will marry somebody according to law, so she will become my daughter-in-law. And son-in-law is my daughter's husband. My daughter's husband is son-in-law. Okay, my son's wife is daughter-in-law, and daughter's husband is my son-in-law. So that should make all the relationship very very clear, I think. Very very clear. We have discussed a lot. Now we'll go into the next thing, which is very very important. Okay, now how do we solve the questions? How do we solve the questions? So we are going to use something called genealogy. Okay, genealogy is what? Genealogy is Vamsharuksha, if you know. Okay, so Vamsharuksha means what? This, if you have seen in your history books and all, there will be genealogy. Genealogy means what? Who is son of whom, who is daughter of whom, and then who they marry. There will be a lot of big. If you go to any historical event or historical person, his genealogy will show. So what we are going to do is, to solve the questions, we are going to use some genealogy symbols, and we'll use how the genealogy is drawn. That graph will be very very useful to us, so that we will be able to find out the relationship very very clearly, without any doubt, without any mistakes. Okay, so here what we are going to do is, maximum, I told you already, so there can be only maximum 3 generation question will come. So how do we denote? So if it is in same generation and blood relation, say who is a same generation blood relation, it can be brother or sister. Brother or sister. So brother or sister, if I want to denote, I'll denote with the horizontal line. Say for example, I'll give an example here. A is sister of B. So I am going to draw it to solve the questions. I am going to draw it A dash B. A dash B. Is that understood? So this is a symbol. Okay. This is the symbol A dash B. Fine. If it is a sister, or it can be A is brother of B. If it is A is brother of B also, we are going to write like this. A dash B. It's a horizontal line which we'll use. If same generation but it is wife or husband, then we are going to put this arrow mark. Okay. So I am going to remove this and then put erase this and then write same generation. Okay. So A is wife or, so we'll first take wife of B. So what I'm going to do, A is wife of B or A is husband of B, then I'm going to write the horizontal line with the arrow marks. You can do whatever you want, you can put whatever you want, but it has to be in the same generation. You cannot write a vertical line, you have to write vertical. You can put like this, okay, you can put whatever you want, it has to be like this. But I am putting, normally I am putting this arrow mark. Why arrow mark? You think yourself. I do not know. Okay, fine. So next is different generation. Now this is very important. Different generation, two things will happen here. Okay, one is there can be upper generation or there can be lower generation. Okay, so upper generation we have seen, it can be my father or grandfather and so on, right? Uncle, aunt, mother, grandfather, grandaunt, and all those things. Okay, so if it is one generation up, if it is one generation up like this, uh, A is father of B. So we are not going to write like this. We are going to write A is, who is up generation? A is upper generation. So I am going to write A up and B down, so that we understand the generation where it is. So one generation up, one horizontal, vertical line. One generation, one vertical line. If it is, say for example, grandmother. Okay, so if it is grandmother, I am going to remove this and I am going to write again one more. So I don't think you will make any mistake in this. You will be able to understand. A is grandmother of B. So how many generations the grandmother means? Two generations. So what I am going to do, who is up? A is up, that is very important. Okay, A is grandmother. So how many generation? One, two generation up, right? A is grandmother of B means I am going to write what? A is grandmother of B means two vertical lines, so that we are very very clear. There is one more person here. There has to be father or mother here. We do not know. It can be mother or father here. This is very very important. This place has to be filled by either father or mother. Then only this will be complete. But why we are leaving it? Because we need to know how many generation up. Okay, if it is, say for example, grand A is uh, granddaughter, okay, of B. A is granddaughter. Now it is what? Now it is two generations down. Okay, so now who is up generation here? Up generation is B here, and two generation down is granddaughter. So A is granddaughter of B. So who will come here? Here son or daughter will come. Son or daughter will come. So that is making very very clear, I think. So if you understand like this, so this is one, two generation down, this is two generation up, this is one generation up, this is one generation up, this is same generation. So even I will write A dash B, which is also same generation. So you can see here 1, 2 is same generation, 1, sorry, we will write 3, 4, 5. Okay, different generations. Now comes this important thing, gender. Gender is also required, otherwise I am not able to understand whether it is a grandmother or grandfather, whether it is a sister or brother, whether it is wife or husband. We will not be able to find out. So what we will do, we will have some symbol. This is not available in the genealogy. This we will create. Even the wife and husband, they do not do with these things. We have made it to make it very 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 clear. Okay, so male will be denoted with a plus, and female will be denoted with the minus. This is not dash, this is minus, and we are normally going to write it up like I am going to show you. A is brother of B means I am going to write it above here. Okay, A plus means A is brother of B. We do not know the gender of B here. So A is wife of B. Wife means we will have minus sign here, but automatically we will get the plus sign as well here because we know it. Okay, A is wife of B means B has to be what gender? It has to be male gender. Here you can see A is, what did we say? Father. Father means this will be plus, and this we do not know. This is very, very important. We do not know the gender of B. In this case, A is grandmother of B. So we know the gender here, so we will write minus above the head. And B gender we do not know. Same here, A is granddaughter. Granddaughter means I know the gender here. I do not know the gender. It can be A's grandfather or grandmother. Is that clear? So if this is clear, then in the next video we are going to solve the questions. Please revise this whole thing, the relationship and the symbols If you understand this, you will be able to solve the questions very, very clearly. Otherwise it will be difficult. This is the basic, this is the foundation of blood relation, and now blood relation puzzles are coming, which may be little more confusing. So if you are clear on this, you will be able to solve the questions. So let us go to the questions in the next video.